welcome back to the channel, and this video is just an introduction to Wurzel the bald eagle, a species that many people would dream to work with, and a species I've never wanted to work with and had no intention of working with at all. The reasons for that are for another video, but let me tell you one thing. I got this guy here purely for work purposes, an iconic species to fly in falconry displays, and I can tell you now, although I wasn't interested in working with bald eagles, he is one of my top favourite birds, and working with and flying this guy, he has got so much character. The hassles and tribulations have all been really worthwhile. Enjoy the video. Now, although they're big birds, bald eagles, although they're big birds with a big wingspan, bald eagles are in fact not a great heavy thing. Certainly not compared to mammals like dogs and things like that. They're all feathers, and their porous, lightweight flying skeleton, their bones, very different from ours, because if you're a flying machine, you've got to be light in weight. I did read somewhere how true it is that the sum weight of a bald eagle's feathers, all of its feathers, which are thick for insulation, weigh about the same as its skeleton. So it gives you some idea, whether it's true or not, just how lightweight their skeletons are for all these birds, because they're flying machines. Wurzel flies at around 8 pounds in weight. Eagles vary a lot in sizes amongst the individuals and depending on what their parentage is, but he flies at 8 pounds in weight, and he performs exceptionally well, very responsible. They're very loyal birds to the falconer actually, and he'll go up to another couple of pounds on that in the winter if I just rest him and feed him up ad lib. But at the moment he's on a slight diet and he's down to 9 pounds, so we've got a pound of fat really to get off this guy and get him back up in the air where he does seem to enjoy to be. Wurzel's job really is to fly high, soaring above an audience, and he does it spectacularly well. The windier the better for him, so he can hit an updraft and let himself be carried up into the air. But the grand finale is when I'm ready, when I call him, is for him to come right overhead, stoop vertically down into the glove for that real wow factor, whiffling with his legs out as brakes, whiffling the air from under his wings as he comes down. A real spectacular ending to this guy's performance. And once that guy is up in the air, it could bring a tear to your eye. He really is that good when he's on a good day, for sure. So it's that time of year again where Wurzel's coming to the end of his winter rest period, and he's going to start getting fit, which takes a little while with big muscles and big wings of an eagle, but he's going to start getting fit, ready for his spring, summer and autumn flying. So he does get a winter rest. Probably been a bit cooped up more than usual this winter because of bird flu and having to house birds indoors, and not indoors but undercover and that kind of thing. But have a look at these shots of him and you can see how different he was as a youngster. So they're fully feathered at sort of 15-20 weeks old and fully grown around about there. They don't get their classic American bald eagle looks until they're sort of 4 years onwards really. 3, 4 they start to get some of that white come in. He was 4 last year, and look at him, he's pretty much got the looks now, and he's coming up for 5 years old this spring, and his head and tail will just get whiter and whiter. They don't all bald eagles don't go pure white, but for sure he's now getting those looks. So he's got a white tail. Wow. I've been waiting all day to try and film this little slot because it's been so windy today. Hopefully you can hear us. And now I'm going to give you guys, I think, in another video, some top tips about training and flying bald eagles, and I think that'll go for many of the kind of fish eagles like the white-tailed sea eagle. Certainly I've got experience of 2 bald eagles, and I know a lot of people that work with bald eagles, fish eagles, and they have a lot of traits in common. One thing about these big old bald eagles is they're big, they're mean, they can be mean, but my goodness, they're the most neophobic, scared of new stuff birds I've ever worked with. And to be honest, they're probably, despite their cantankerous behaviour, some of the most silly billy, scaredy pants birds I've ever worked with. It is ridiculous. He looks big and mean. His training was really held back and really kind of slow to begin with, all because of his scaredy pants attitude. He's an imprint. He was hand reared by the breeder. His sister Nina was actually parent reared by her parents. That can often make a big difference to how birds of prey are worked with and trained. But the trait of being scaredy pants certainly was equal to both of them. Absolutely ridiculous. He's twitchy and nervous now because I've not done anything with him for about 3 months. And even that's enough to make him wonder what's going on and why have I picked him up and why is there a camera stuffed in his face. So differences from golden eagles, they've got much shorter sort of footwear. His foot span just isn't as big as that of a golden eagle. He's got stubbier toes, rough soles to his feet, all about helping him catch fish which are slippery. And the key thing with the fish eagles or the sea eagles is, it's getting a bit washed out in a bright light there, is the beak. It is huge, much bigger than that of a golden eagle, those sort of more mammalian predators. Really sharp on the sides. These are really some of the only birds of prey we work with which actively bite if they're being aggressive rather than grab you with their talons or feet. So if you work with parrots and you get bitten, it hurts and they can be spiteful, but birds of prey, it's their feet we watch, their talons, and birds of prey generally have quite a weak beak. But the sea eagles, they've got a powerful beak, kind of more like the way a vulture works, and to be honest, just like working with big vultures, they know it, and biting is their number one thing if they want to be cantankerous or angsty for sure. Look at that huge wingspan. For now, just a quick introduction to Wurzel. He's been with me since he was about 20 weeks old. He came from Andy Plant up at the Hagley Birds of Prey Centre. That's where he was bred. Andy hand reared him along with one of his brothers. And until he was coming to me, he went out and met people and all kinds of things at outside events. So you think he should be bomb-proof, used to everything as he's grown up. These guys, it seems to make no difference. They are so scared of the new things in life. I'm going to tell you more about his training and some real key tips to training and working with these birds that a lot of people don't seem to do, which really encumbers their training and certainly makes the aggressive side of the fish eagles or the sea eagles a real problem to work with. There's 1 or 2 things that can make that massively different. For now, I was going to say from him goodbye. I thought he was going to try and go. There we go. On that note, please subscribe to see more of our videos. It's really important to us. It really helps us, gives us a lot of positivity. We'll see you in the next video. From me and Wurzel, catch you later.